Dude, this is your boy Sherry Speaks. Right now I want to talk to you guys about Marvel's Cloak&Dagger, Season 1, Episode 7, Lotus Eaters. And we get in this episode, we get a big flashback with Ivan Hess and his daughter. And it turns out, Ivan was on, I guess you could say, a breakthrough to make sure everything was stable at Roxxon Core. And one of his guys was like, okay, listen, we got everything's going really well. The temperature it fluctuates, but it's doing really well. And Ivan asks one of his guys, he said, okay, well, what about the installation? And he's like, wait, what? What installation? He said, I'm talking about about the conducting shielding tiles. And this guy was like, oh, we never got a word. We never got a green light. So he literally walks through the entire building looking for Nathan Bowen, because he's like, wait a second. Why the hell wouldn't he improve my idea? This was like this will help Roxxon Core and possibly save millions at that. Now, mind you, he acts angrily to someone to get him Nathan Bowen. And he looks at these monitors while he's like in his office or I guess waiting for Nathan Bowen, and all of a sudden an explosion erupts. And I guess that's when it all happened. I think that's why he became so catatonic, like we saw him in the last episode. Is because he was so shocked. He was severely and psychologically shocked by what happened, I guess. Well, but I'll get back with you guys. Hold on. In fact, actually, let me say furthermore. Actually, the installation never even happened. It never even came because they just told a big lie on him. They said, look, they told you that they never came. And he's like, wait, what? They never came? So that's the reason why he was walking through Roxxon Core so fucking angry, because they basically just lied on him and said, well, they already told you they didn't come. You should be alright with it. So basically, they must have signed off on something where they decided, I'm ready pretty much just say, fuck it. Fuck your installation tiles and shit like that. Your installation tiles or whatever like that. Fuck that. And we're going to go about what we know about. So pretty much I can understand why Ivan was so pissed off about that. I would be too. If I had a great idea, I pitched it to the company, and they said it seemed like they were all for it, and all of a sudden they just sweep it under the rug and they say, oh, well, it's a no-go. When they know damn well I never said anything, I'd be fucking livid as well. So I can definitely understand why Ivan Hess was so pissed off. I mean, who wouldn't? Okay, so Tandy and Ty make it into the door from last week. It turns out, they arrive at the very moment that Roxxon Core's, I guess one of its big rigs, begins to blow up. One of the alarms was blaring. And apparently the rules must be different from them within someone else's psyche, because these guys, tried to just take their heads off with a wrench. They had to defend themselves. Now, what I'm noticing is Mason probably, this is a theory, I think in order for Ivan Hess to get out of his catatonic state, Tandy and Ty have to bring him out of that Roxxon Core memory, because that's where he's stuck at. And right now he's talking to them. And so I gotta get some more info on it. So basically they are on the rig. Even Ivan doesn't even know who the hell he is. He said, look, we're just here. So with that being said, he pretty much is using a baseball metaphor for them to understand what's going on here. Pretty much they have about a good minute and 39 seconds to get to the core room and hit off the kill switches to stop the explosion from exploding. She said, because even Ivan said, look, if it doesn't happen, then we're all dead. So I wonder how this is going to go through. Now it makes a lot more sense. The explosion just happened. And so now Tandy and Tyrone are trying to figure out that they're in a time loop. So they have to figure out, how to get out of this loop somehow. It starts with the klaxons and ends with a bang. So they have to figure out what the hell to do from here. Okay, so Ivan has just told them this explosion has happened over 100,000 times. So even his brain has gone to mush, this even continuing on. So this has got to be pretty detrimental for him. I have to admit, it's pretty crazy. Okay, you definitely got a really sci-fi just now. So Ivan tells them, look, the reason why this keeps happening in this loop is because the energy that's dispersed upon the explosion, the energy becomes pretty much unraveled and just goes all over the place, and it affects people's minds. It turns them into terrors, and that's just due to its fear. And that's just Ivan's theory. And I think it's pretty interesting if you ask me. Holy shit. So Tandy figures out that the night of the explosion 8 years ago, Nathan Bowen was talking to Ivan Hess about the explosion. He said, look, three things are going to happen. First, when the knees start to buckle, this instant instability. Secondly, it's going to be a big ass explosion. And next, everything else is going to go to shit. So pretty much, Tandy realizes that the angry man on the phone that we saw Ivan talking to was actually Nathan Hess trying to warn him about. He was actually I guess they were pretty much arguing with each other, talking about, listen, we need to do this before this happens. And Nathan was against it, and then that's when the explosion happened. And oh man, that's such a damn mind blowing plot. Oh god, that's terrible, terrible. Wow, man, this series really just got really deep. So Tandy gets stuck in a loop of her own because she gets so caught up in wanting to hear her father's voice again, and it actually leads to a little bit of an aggressive tug and pull between Tandy and Tyrone. And it's not until Tyrone convinces Tandy to ask her father a question: "Who's in the back of your car?" The father says, "Nobody's in the back of my car." And it's then when it resets again, the loop, that Tandy takes the cookie from out of Ivan's hand and says, "Your daughter made this. Mina made this with cardamom." Ivan says, "She never got a chance to tell me it was a natural depressant." And now he starts to remember his daughter. And so Tandy was just like, "Listen, fathers are supposed to be there for their family, for their daughters. And sometimes shit happens, but they're supposed to be there for them." And I actually like the fact that this is actually going down. I actually like the fact that Tandy was the one that actually broke free. Or I guess you could say Tyrone is responsible for Tandy breaking free and getting Ivan out of his catatonic state. I think it's really cool to see that. Alright guys, so we finally get to see, Ivan finally get off his ass and actually say, you know what, I tried every single last variable and factor to get out of here. And it goes to show that he's actually have tried to get out of his state, out of his mind. But he just gave up. It's actually nice to see that actually Tyrone and Tandy are actually able to help him out. So we see that pretty much. So we pretty much see that Tyrone and Tandy were able to actually get Ivan out of his catatonic state. He actually didn't remember who they were, but he wanted to see his daughter Mina very, very badly. And it was only until when they finally got home that Tyrone dug up an old tape with him and his brother Billy. His brother Billy rapping. And I think now next week we're actually gonna get more and more into how Ty feels now. I hope we do at least, because I think he has a really good story to tell, if you ask me. But that's what I got That's what I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe button for more content. Hope you guys enjoyed it. One love.